Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Freddy's just around the corner.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to FACCI'S Cinema. How are you guys doing tonight? Wanted to jump on tonight, had a little free time. Wanted to do my afterthought / review for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Dream Warriors, which I just did my watch along with Christian from Planet CHH. I did that last week. That was a blast. Had a really, really good time. And now I'm doing my usual wrap up of the film and my final thoughts. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely make sure to hit the like on the video. It means the world to me. And if anybody's new watching after the fact, please subscribe to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. But I wanted to dive into it, go over some fun facts about A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. Came out in 1987. Was the third movie, still kicking ass at the box office, surprisingly. Had a $4.5 million budget, and it made $47.2 million. So very, very successful. It was blowing it out of the water. The Elm Street franchise was cashing in on the money. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what they were doing. right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. Here to talk Dream Warriors. Is the second highest grossing film in the original run of these bad boys. So it came in at number 2 out of the first 7 films at the box office. It's very, very impressive. Really, really, it just shows how much love there was for this movie in this franchise. IMDb, it has a 6.6 out of 10, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 72%. Now, you guys can take both of those ratings with a grain of salt because who knows who's reviewing these bad boys, you know what I mean? Movies that we truly love have shitty reviews and shitty Rotten Tomatoes scores, and it means absolutely nothing because deep down, if you love the movie, you love the movie, so it shouldn't even matter what the critics say or the fake critics or whatever the hell they are. Who knows? But you like what you like, and that's the best thing about movies and horror. It's all based upon what you guys like. So if you're not feeling Dream Warriors, you got a couple other different flavors of Nightmare to go to see if, hey, I like this avenue. But very successful. Now, here are some fun facts regarding Dream Warriors. Wes Craven's original idea was pretty much similar to what we got in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. But that was, if you guys thought New Nightmare was ahead of its time, well, then it would have been crazy ahead of its time way back then in 1987. It would have went so far over people's heads, nobody would have liked that shit, and it probably would have bombed. And honestly, we might have not got any more Nightmare on Elm Street movies after that one if, in fact, they went that direction. And then another thing, his original script was so dark, and the shit that was going to happen in that original script, I think that I really would have dug it. But the studios didn't think that was the best way to take the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise whatsoever. It was going to follow Nancy around. Nancy's father, he was going to be searching for Freddy's childhood home, and he was going to go try to destroy it and burn it to the ground. Well, at the same time, that house, teenagers were going to be going to Freddy Krueger's house and committing suicide in the house, and that was a big deal. That teenage suicides are a huge deal now. I mean, we really don't put that shit in the movies, and back then they did not want to put that in their movie back then either because it would leave a bad taste in your mouth. You really think audiences want to go see just teenage? I mean, it's one thing to have teenagers being killed by a slasher or a killer, but to have them killing themselves right there on screen. Multiple teenagers doing that, I don't think that would have been the smartest way to go. I think that kind of would have turned people away and kind of shut this franchise down 3 movies in when they had a bunch more to go after this. Courtney, what's going on? And Garrett, my man, I do got no socks and shoes on tonight, Garrett, too. Bare feet down below this table. But yeah, so that was their original direction they wanted to go. They did not feel that was a good avenue, and I kind of agree, but at the same time, I really think I'd want to see that. Maybe nowadays, if that's the route they're going to go, if you want to kind of re-amp the franchise, start afresh, start anew, maybe that could be an avenue that you want to take. But then again, you can't really do anything these days without getting criticized or hated on, so it's going to make it kind of challenging for any director to use those kind of concepts in a movie today. Audiences are weak, very soft. It's ridiculous. It really, really is. Another fun fact, welcome to prime time, bitch, was an ad-lib line by Robert Englund. That was not in the script. It was not anything to do with this movie. He did that as the movie was progressing. That was his idea to drop that line in there. And it's became one of the most iconic lines that Freddy has ever said. The scene is pretty iconic as well, getting lifted up, slammed into the TV. She probably should be alive still because Stu from, Scream's still alive. I'm just saying. He'll be back. Mark my words. He'll be back. I'm a man of my words. Yes, he'll be back. But I should have. This one starred Robert Englund again, obviously, as Freddy Krueger. We got Heather Langenkamp coming back. We have Patricia Arquette as the, per se, final girl. And then we have my man, a young Lawrence Fishburne. A young, fresh to death Lawrence Fishburne. When I rewatched this and saw him in that, I was like, damn, because I watch Blackish on ABC, and I know him a lot from that one, and I know he's in a bunch of other stuff that I've seen. And to see him in this was very surprising. Very young, but that's how most of these actors get their start, get their fresh legs underneath them in a horror movie just to get established, and then go on to bigger, better things. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But obviously, Lawrence Fishburne has done a ton of stuff since this, so definitely landed him on the map for sure. Another cool aspect of this movie was, they killed Nancy. Spoiler alert on a movie that's really old. R.I.P. Kirstie Alley. I was seeing all those posts, but I didn't really read them. Oh my gosh, I did not know she passed away. R.I.P. I'm sorry to hear that, everybody. That's sad. This year's been taking a lot of good people away from us, that's for sure. Unfortunately. Lamontra, what's up, buddy? But yeah, they killed Nancy in this movie. A lot of the movies don't want to kill the final girl. They let her continue on to the next movie. Laurie Strode, just saying. She was in a shit ton, obviously. They didn't want to kill her off until they did kill her off, and it was like the worst thing ever. Sidney Prescott in the Scream franchise, still kicking it. So the fact that they killed Nancy, this is only the second movie she was in. They killed her. They killed her. He got rid of that bitch. No offense. That's what he said. I didn't say it. Freddie said it. But it raised the stakes that anything can happen. Anyone can die. Nancy's mother died. Her father died. And then she died. Whole trifecta taken out by Freddie. He was out for revenge on that family, and he did what he did. What's up, Aaron Click? So that was definitely a different take on the final girl situation. They brought her back. He thought she was going to get through the whole movie again. Boom. Took her out. Very, very surprising. I enjoyed that aspect. Thought that was definitely something different. Something that Wes would, later on use in the beginning of Scream 1996. So just a little tiny taste in 87. Patricia Arquette in this movie. It took 52 takes for her to get through the first scene that she was on. 52 takes. Yes, she does have a past, kind of. They didn't get to her part of the filming until 4 o'clock in the morning. So by that time, she probably forgot most of her lines. But then again, that's very unprofessional. You would think it was one of her first roles. I understand that. I really do. But, you think you would be focused and ready to give your all. And to take 52 times in order to get one scene right, I mean, if you were the other cast members in this situation, you'd be pretty pissed off. You would be pretty pissed off. But, she made it happen. She did great in the rest of the movie. I thought she did a really good job. I cared probably more about her than I cared about Nancy, to be honest. I'm not a huge Nancy Tompkins person. Heather Langenkamp was fine. But I thought Patricia Arquette did a great job. And to find out that she was David Arquette's sister, which I just assumed because they had the same last name, that was very interesting as well. Acting family, that's awesome. And, it was definitely, I can see why it is one of the fan favorites for sure. I can see why people prefer this movie to the original. It's usually ranked up pretty high in people's rankings. Yet the next movie after this, The Dream Master, kind of takes away what this one did and, eliminates all the survivors that we grew to love. The Dream Warriors. We loved them. Kincaid. Let's whoop that motherfucker's ass all over Dreamland. Newport Motion Vintage Films. Bah, 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 bah. What's up? How are you? Yeah, so I can see why people like this flavor and want to put this one ahead of the original. The original is a great movie. It is a classic. But this is another franchise where it is possible that the original film is not the best of the bunch. Am I going to put the OG first? We're going to have to wait to see because ranking is a long way off. Just getting on the Dream Master. I'm going to be doing that watch along. Probably not until closer to January, if not in January. So I got a while to go. But the Dream Child is on another level. Or the Dream Child. We don't want to talk about that one yet. The Dream Warriors is on another level. The soundtrack is badass. We got Dawkins. Dream Warriors theme is amazing. We're getting all the typical Freddy stuff. This is whenever we're getting into the MTV Freddy. He's starting to be a little bit more funny, dropping more one-liners. He definitely left the scary aspect of Freddy's Revenge behind. But it's still good. It's still really, really good. I'm not saying where it's going to be in my rankings, but I'm going to say probably top 3, top 4. It's that good of a film. I'm really enjoying digging into the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise again. It's not one that I particularly like. I mean, it's not my go-to. I don't watch these movies often. So to rewatch them again, get a different perspective and watch it with a different lens, I'm having a great time. Christian thinks that I'm going to grow to like this franchise more than Halloween. It ain't never going to happen. I'm a Halloween guy. Always been a Halloween guy. So it is what it is, man. Aaron Click says, my broken record statement. The ones Wes Craven has the most involvement are the best. Original, Dream Warriors, and New Nightmare. You got that right, buddy. But yeah, I'm really dig Dream Warriors. I think it's a good bang-ass time. I think I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. I'm not going to give it a 5. It's really, really hard for me to give one of these movies a 5. Because I don't love it as much as I love other movies. It is a good movie. It's fun. The atmosphere is great. Freddy's great. The characters are great. Soundtrack's badass. Pretty couple kills. My favorite kill in this movie would have to be. I'm not good with the names in this movie because Philip, is that his name? The sleepwalking guy. Whenever he got his tendons and veins and shit, and he's walking down the hallway like this. Oh, it looks so disgusting, so gross. Gives me the goosebumps watching that. But that's probably my favorite kill. Got the primetime kills, great. We got the corny ass Evil Dead skeleton fight scene is hilarious. I had a good time with that one as well. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a really, really good movie. It's a fun movie. If you're looking to watch a fun Nightmare on Elm Street, you're going to go to Dream Warriors. And I can see why people absolutely love this one and why it is a fan favorite of the franchise for sure. Really digging it. Loving everything about the franchise so far that I've been watching. Really, really good time. I know I'm getting into the ones that are kind of a little bit iffy, but I'm still looking forward to them. It's been a while, so it's going to be nice to watch them with fresh eyes. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think of A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. Please let me know down in the comment section below. It really would mean the world to me. Definitely hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And, if you're feeling froggy-licious, if you're feeling froggy and you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, easiest way to do that is to join these fine people right here. My patrons, I appreciate every single one of you that, tosses me a couple bucks every month. It really means a lot to me. Goes back into trying to make the channel better. Goes back into new equipment if I have to. Pays for my streaming services and everything. It means the world that you guys support me, and I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you guys enough. New Par. Where'd it go? New Par says, I just love your live videos. The topics are always so interesting with so many unknown stories and facts. Well, thank you. I really do. I appreciate the hell out of that, for real. I really, really do. Thank you. Thank you so much. I try to just, deep dive, go into some stuff that I had no idea about, and, try to deliver the facts in a fun, upbeat way that I can. I really, really appreciate that you said that. I really do. Thank you very much. Mentellect, welcome. Courtney, Dream Warriors made me afraid of junkyards, dude. I love the junkyard and the aesthetic in all of these movies. Halloween Ends. I know you don't like the movie, but Halloween Ends, Christine. This movie, obviously, the junkyard aesthetic is pretty badass. 13 Ghosts. It works really well. It's very creepy. My Bloody Valentine. Not that there was any killing going on at that part of the movie, but it was still in it. I love it. Robert the Wolfman, what's up, buddy? Hopefully, I will be watching Wes Craven's New Nightmare with Robert, Cecil, maybe Miko, if we can get this thing worked out. Maybe Dave, McCrae, the Freddy Krueger in Dylan's New Nightmare. I hope. I'm going to try. That would be one epic watch-along, and I think it would be badass. So hopefully we can get that worked out, and we can do that because I am looking forward to it very, very much. Very excited to dive into the rest of the franchise. Very excited to keep... Oh, yeah, Robert. Oh! Best character? Kincaid. Kincaid for sure. Gotta be. I loved Kincaid so much. Let's go with that motherfucker all over Dreamland. Fuck you, man! Fuck you! He's just so... He's like so charismatic. And another thing, he wasn't... They weren't going to give him the role. The guy who played him, they weren't going to let him be Kincaid. They said he was too small. He wasn't big enough. They were looking for somebody bigger, hulking. But he was very persistent. And, you know, his agent was working really hard with him to get the role. And they just cracked and they gave it to him. And Kincaid owned. I'm gonna whip that motherfucker all over Dreamland. I don't know. Something about his voice. Kind of like... Got like a little chipmunk flair in there. But I really, really was feeling his voice for sure. Gotta get some... Let me see. I like to get some freaking... get some scenes up in this bitch. Who doesn't? What are your guys... Who's your guys' favorite character in this movie? Well, besides Freddy Krueger, of course. Because he's the man. Oh, man. That's not the one we want. All we want to do is Kincaid. Because Kincaid... Dude, you know who's a loser? That one kid who dressed up like a wizard? Looking like Harry Potter? Didn't work for me. Did not work for me. Sorry. The wizard kid went out like a bitch. He should have been... That's what I said! Like, he's like blowing up wheelchairs, and then he got like... He got Freddy in like this wizard like thing. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. And then he gets so close to him, and then Freddy just picks him up and kills him. Why'd you get close to him? You were doing fine far away, you dumbass. Courtney says, do you prefer how Freddy looked in Dream Warriors or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2? Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, for sure. Very devilish, very evil. Really, really enjoyed his look in Part 2. Part 2 so far, spoiler alert, going for that #1 spot. Going for the #1 spot. Taryn was badass as well. I'm bad. She's like, let's dance. Pulls out her like switchblades and trying to fight Freddy, and then she just, you know, Freddy gives her the business, gives her the freaking drugs in the streets. That scene where her veins are like pumping, so gross. Then he puts the needles in and fills her up. Let's get on. I guess originally they were supposed to have her head explode, but they didn't want to put it in here because they probably feared that it would get edited out anyway, because this came out around the same time as Friday the 13th Part 7. I believe Part 7 came out in 88, and that one got highly, you know, edited by the MPAA. So, you know, if this would have went that route, it would have got edited as well and been taken out of the movie anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered. Newpar says, which is your favorite kill from the entire franchise? Honestly, that I don't know. That I don't know, Newpar. I'm going to have to watch the rest of the movies to find out. So far, I would have to go with Jesse's kill in Part 2. When Freddy came out of his body. I'd have to go with that one so far. But technically it wasn't a kill, I don't think, because he technically lived. But that's what I'd have to go with so far. Really, really appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight. I really, really do. It means the world to me. Really means the world to me. I am going to definitely going to continue this and, you know, having a good time. I really do. I love it. And stay tuned, because this Thursday night on the channel, I bring on Destiny Faulkner, and we are going to watch A Nightmare Before Christmas. I have never seen it. It's going to be my first time watch, so definitely going to be a fun stream. Please come by. Me and Destiny are going to kick it as usual and just have a blast. So hopefully we'll see you then. Can't thank you guys enough as always. Hit the like, subscribe if you're new. Join the Patreon if you're looking to support me in this mediocre content that I bring to you every week. Love your freaking faces, and I'm going to keep grinding, slashing, and effing bashing. You know what I mean, guys? Because you guys rock and roll. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.